There's something about you that people don't understand. A force within you that is far more than anything you've presented the world thus far. Our goal should be to become close to that, to embody it, as it is where our visions, our desires, our dreams, this innate need for adventure and to seek a greater life for ourselves, this energy, whatever you want to call it, that lies within you, is the truest and purest version of who you are. And as we go throughout life, it gets covered, it gets silenced, it gets watered down, because we let the opinions of others or the world or societal norms to dampen it, hide it from the world. And over time, it causes this energy, this force to lose its spark, but it still whispers to you. I know it does. It will never go away. That random motivation you get at 2 a.m. or on your drive to work to better yourself, to better your life, to start getting into better habits, to challenge yourself, to seek adversity, to push your limits. That is this energy, or the purest version of who you are, screaming to get out. It wants to live. We need to breathe life into it. And the way we do that is through action. It is not by speaking of it. It is not by thinking about it. It is by embodying it through action. And what that looks like is prioritizing our mind, body, and spirit. We need to be doing things to expand our knowledge, to challenge our beliefs, to develop skills. We need to be doing things to improve our bodily health through diet, through exercise, through movement. And we need to be doing things to strengthen our spirit. And that is through meditation. That is through prayer. That is how we embody who we truly are. Now, there will never be a day that you wake up and come to the realization that you've met your full potential in these 3 pillars of life: mind, body, and spirit. I've finally become the truest and purest version of myself. If I'm being completely honest with you, that day is not coming. That version of us that gravitates us toward the best version of who we are, a greater life, is always fleeting. But all that means is that the process is never ending. And therefore, you can learn to love the process, to immerse yourself in it, to romanticize it, make it intimate. Then it is a good thing that it is never ending. But many of us perceive the process, the journey, as something that is a burden, something to reject, something to run away from, because we understand that there is struggle and hardship that comes along with it. And there's no saying that there isn't. That is obvious. We have all experienced the struggle that we fear. And that is why we sometimes go half in, half out on pursuing this path. That is what keeps us in the loop. And you know what loop I'm talking about, that loop where you get a motivation to start doing the right things, to start prioritizing your mind, body, and spirit, to start bettering yourself. And you have some motivation, some excitement behind you. But then it fades away. It wears off, and you face real hardship. You face real struggle. And it's discouraging and disheartening. And you give up and you go back on your old ways, back to your bad habits, back to square one. And then a few months later or a month later, you get that motivation again and the cycle repeats. Our fear of struggle is what keeps us where we are. And that is why we must learn to invite struggle, to find confidence in the face of adversity, because it is nothing that we cannot deal with. In fact, it is an opportunity to learn, to become better, to strengthen ourselves, to become more knowledgeable, wiser, more equipped than ever before. That is something to seek out, my friend. And your reality is exactly how you perceive it. It cannot be any other way. And that is the power of your mind. So, the importance of learning to love. Learn to perceive the process and struggle and adversity from the perspective of love, of excitement, of adventure, of passion, of spontaneity. These things are what breathe life into us, into that energy. It is what helps us embody that, the truest version of who we are. And that is the goal. That is our purpose. That is everyone's purpose. To embody who you already are. It is not identity. Becoming that version of you is not about discovery. It's not about finding. It is about embodying what you already are. So become close to it. Gravitate towards it. Empower it. And this energy, which is who you truly are, will guide you where you are meant to be. And that is the way of life that we truly desire. That is what we are truly seeking. But there are forces in this world that will tell us otherwise. And that is evil. The spiritual war is another topic in itself, so I won't go super deep into that, but be aware that it is not in your best interest to be stagnant. It is not in your best interest to be undecided as to how you want to live your life or the direction you want to go. Because as they say, an idle mind is the devil's playground. And there is no truer statement. So that is why it is in your best interest to let who you truly are, this energy, this force within you, to gravitate you. Let it lead you. You cannot go wrong with that. You simply cannot. I wish you all the best, my friend.